She cries. I don't know if you'll be able to hear her. So do you want?
No, that's fine. Yeah.
That's fine.
Okay,
I'll
I already
speak
started. So tell me, this is the second session that Sarah. She came out what, like 3 years ago?
3 years. Yep,
Yes.
exactly
3 years
3 years ago.
Okay, so tell me what happened. How was she before we saw her?
She was weak.
Uh-huh.
She had. She was on full medication for epilepsy.
Yes.
And she wasn't eating well. She wasn't crying. She wasn't moving around a lot. A very, very bad weight. She had no weight on her at all.
Uh-huh.
And then she came in.
Dystonia.
Oh, yeah, and very
She
bad
was-
choking. Dystonia.
Dystonia.
But her one arm was...
Oh yes. Her one arm was actually her whole arm was stuck to her chest. She couldn't
Yeah.
move at all. It was like jammed there. And she never moved it at all.
Uh-huh.
And then when we came through for the stem
Yes,
cells,
you can come in.
when we came through for the stem cells,
Yeah.
she
It was 3 years ago.
exactly 3 years ago. Actually, it was September 3 years ago. And then we probably 30 minutes after the stem cells,
Yeah.
and we left you guys. Her whole arm just
Yes.
opened for the first time. Her arm opened, her hands opened,
Uh-huh.
all her fingers were deformed.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah. And she could not even open her hand at all. And now it's opening nicely.
Yes.
We're still doing work on her fingers because they're
turning pages.
Oh yes, and she turns pages of a book.
She turns pages on the book, but
Yeah.
voluntarily. That's perfect.
Yeah, voluntarily. She
Chiquita bonita.
she's no longer epileptic at all. We took off
Yes.
all her medicines.
No
Yes.
seizures.
No
No
seizures.
seizures whatsoever. Perfect.
Nothing.
Uh-huh.
She's picked up weight. She's eating. She's eating well.
Yeah.
Picked up good weight. She's now 10 kgs.
Uh-huh.
Talking more energy. Yeah.
And she can cry like a real girl. She actually cried for the whole procedure.
And then
This is
the
the second
last
time.
procedure was just she was so quiet. She
Yeah,
didn't
not like
cry
nothing.
at all.
She was like comatose.
Yeah, she was
comatose.
And this time she cried and kicked and fought.
Exactly. So that was a big thing for her.
Yeah.
Very good. And she recognizes. She follows instructions.
She follows instructions.
Would she follow an instruction before?
No, she was too. She
She
was
wasn't
weak.
she was so neutralized physically and mentally that she just didn't do anything.
Exactly.
And after you had worked on her, it came in stages. We could see, and then there was nothing, and then just suddenly she would do
She would
something.
jump into another new level.
And actually, it hasn't stopped working. We can actually see it. We have a lot of children. We can see developmental stages. Hers are always there, and they're strong.
Yeah.
And when we go to the group with the other parents who have CP babies, there's just something different about her.
Yeah.
She has a life force that those children have that she had before. That
Yes.
lifelessness.
Yes.
They don't move. They don't interact. So she does all the things a normal child does now, and that's what we've got. So we are very excited about this,
Yes, and second
and to
session.
see this session that you've given us.
Yeah, very good. Yeah, I expect her for the upper motor neuron to be better, the spasticity,
Yes.
to do better, and cognitively for her to improve also.
Yes.
I devoted the session also for her cognitive improvement, and also the spasticity, like I said, and and for her to be able to go for more, go for more. Very good, very good. She grew like what would you how long how much size she grew there?
She was tiny.
She was. It was 3 years old, and it was that long.
Yeah,
I remember her
small,
clearly.
She looked like a 6-month-old baby.
Exactly.
A 6 month and her weight was.
And look at her now.
Now she's
That's
probably nice and big.
well, when she's with her nephew, when she's with her cousins, she's starting to catch up to their height.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And beforehand, when she was, because they were almost born at the same time, she just stopped altogether, and then after coming from you, that growth just started coming in, and the length of her legs.
Yes. And also this when her toes are going like this, they no longer do that anymore. She's now open now.
Very
She
good.
could start putting her foot
Yeah.
flat.
Yes,
Before she couldn't even. She was like this all the time. It was
Now,
crazy.
this time also we worked for his declusion, for her to be, because she having some difficulty swallowing.
Yes.
So we worked on that today. Also for the lungs, because we want to avoid any complication. In her case, it would be a lung problem, like bronchial aspiration.
Yes.
So we want to avoid that. That's also the main reason you're also here.
Yes, because of our
Because I did work for the lung function.
Yes.
So that's going to be the next step. Hopefully, we make a difference in her ability to eat.
Yes.
Now you're doing a lot of also physical therapy and
Well, we do craniosacral
therapy, which is wonderful.
Yeah.
To aid her in stretching,
And physio.
fully,
Tendons
and physiotherapy,
and
the
getting them
tendons,
to-
because that's very important in her case. All right, so I hope you have a wonderful trip back to South Africa.
Thank you very much.
And it was wonderful to see you again.
Yes.
And
We
look forward
to see you again.
yes, very
Sooner
good.
this time.
Yeah,
Thank
hopefully
you very
yes.
much.
Thank you very much. Thank you. For what town in South Africa?
It's
Magaliesburg.
Oh,
the
where
town.
is it?
It's in Gauteng, and it's Magaliesburg.
It's 100 kilometers west of Johannesburg.
Okay, very good. Thank you. I hope someday I go to that
Oh,
area.
you will be coming.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Bye.